Hey, what's up, world? It's your boy G Shump, everybody, favorite baby daddy, voice of the street, man. And today we're in Chicago, y'all. We're in the studio, Brother Ville Entertainment. Now, we gonna talk about something a little deep, y'all. Something that y'all probably thought about over the years, but never paid no attention to. Have you ever wondered why the rap industry has got so violent, y'all? And I ain't talking about just the shootings and things on the street. I'm talking about, why do the record companies promote music that talk about killing people, death, drug dealing, drug using, and all these things, homosexual activity? We degrade our women. Everything that's negative can be spoke about on a record without anybody thinking about it. They used to censor the music back in the day, put stickers on them. They don't even think about that, y'all. They don't even think about it. And it's not by accident, y'all. It's by design. They planned all this, y'all, way back in the day, y'all. The first rap group was NWA, started with that was kind of mainstream. That's when they start looking like, damn, this hip rap music is gonna get big. We better get control of this right now. We can make some money out of this. I'm gonna let y'all hear this story that Crazy Bone read a letter, right? I'm gonna let y'all hear this, and then I'm gonna come back with my thoughts on this. Listen to this, y'all.
Again, the music business and the entertainment business in general, meaning people who control the media, the music industry, and also
publication,
private prisons,
magazines, all that.
Somebody sent me an article, I think it was 6 or 7 years ago.
Right.
And I read this article, bro, and I was like absolutely shocked, very shocked.
Talk to us.
In fact, I want to read this this article, but it's actually a letter that was written by somebody that was a decision maker at a major label.
Shot caller.
And he said, he was invited to a very special meeting about the future of hip hop back in 1991.
Okay.
So here's what he said. This is how the events went down at the meeting.
Break it down, man.
Okay, just ride with me, okay? Because I'm reading this. This is real.
This is Crazy Bone, y'all.
Way out article too, man. You know what I'm saying? When he told me on telephone about this, wait till y'all hear this, G. You know what I'm saying? It's mesmerizing how these people do. You know what I'm saying? The plans that they got to put it down for how far they will go. You know what I'm saying? To make people, actually slip in society. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so it says, and the title of the letter is The Secret Meeting That Changed Rap Music and Destroyed a Generation.
Damn.
So it says, hello. After more than 20 years, I finally decided to tell the world what I witnessed in 1991, which I believe was one of the biggest turning points in popular music, and ultimately, American society. I have struggled for a long time weighing the pros and cons of making my story public, as I was reluctant to implicate the individuals who were present that day. So I've simply decided to leave out the names and all the details that may risk my personal well-being and that of those who were, like me, dragged into something they weren't ready for.
Damn.
Hold on, let me
So we gonna tell the story.
We gonna tell the story. We ain't scared.
You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do?
They after us, not just playing.
Look, black van.
So look. So he says, between the late 80s and early 90s, I was what you may call a decision maker with one of the more established companies in the music industry. I came to Europe in the early 80s and quickly established myself in the business. The industry was different back then, since technology and media weren't accessible to people like they are today. The industry had more control over the public and had the means to influence them any way it wanted.
Right.
This may explain why in early 1991 I was invited to attend a closed-door meeting with a small group of business insiders to discuss rap music's new direction. Rap music's new direction.
Yeah.
Little did I know we would be asked to participate in one of the most unethical and destructive business practices ever seen.
Christ.
So this was the meeting. The meeting was held at a private residence on the outskirts of Los Angeles. I remember about 25 to 30 people were being there.
Right.
Most of them familiar faces. Speaking of those I knew, we joked about the theme of the meeting, as many of us did not care for rap and failed to see the purpose of being invited to a private meeting to discuss the future of hip-hop.
Talk to him.
Among the attendees was a small group of unfamiliar faces who stayed to themselves and made no attempt to socialize beyond their circle. Based on their behavior and formal appearances, they didn't seem to be from our industry. Our casual chatter was interrupted when we were asked to sign a confidentiality agreement preventing us from publicly discussing the information presented during the meeting. Needless to say, this intrigued, in some cases, disturbed many of us. The agreement was only a page long, but very clear on matters and consequences, which stated that violating the terms would result in job termination immediately. We asked several people what this meeting was about and the reason for such secrecy, but could not find anyone who had the answers for us. A few people refused to sign and walked out. Nobody stopped them. I was tempted to follow, but curiosity got the best of me.
That's right.
A man who was part of the unfamiliar group collected all the agreements from us. So now it's going to get to the good part because the meeting about to start.
Talk to him, G.
It says, quickly after the meeting began, hold on one second.
Get your popcorn, y'all.
Popcorn, get your pistols. No, for
real though.
Quickly after this meeting began, one of the industry colleagues, who shall remain nameless like everybody else, thanked us for attending. He then gave the floor to a man who only introduced himself by first name and gave no other details about his personal background. I think he was the owner of the residence, but that was never confirmed. He briefly praised all of us for the success we had achieved in our industries and congratulated us for being selected as part of this small group of decision makers. At this point, I began to feel slightly uncomfortable and the strangeness of this gathering. The subject quickly changed as the speaker went on to tell us that the respective companies we represented had invested in a very profitable industry which could become even more rewarding with our active involvement. He explained that the companies we worked for had invested millions into the building of privately owned prisons, and that our positions of influence in the music industry would actually impact the profitability of these investments. Then he says, I remember many of us in the group immediately looking at each other in awe and confusion. At the same time, I didn't know what a private prison was, but I wasn't the only one. Sure enough, someone asked what these prisons were and what any of this had to do with music. We were told that these prisons were built by privately owned companies who received funding from the government based on the number of inmates. The more inmates, the more the government would pay these prisons. It was also made clear to us that since these prisons are privately owned, as they become publicly traded, we'd be able to buy shares. Most of us were taken back by this. Again, a couple of people asked what this had to do with us. At this point, my industry colleague who had first opened the meeting took the floor again and answered our questions. He told us that since our employees had become silent investors in this prison business, it was now in their interest to make sure that these prisons remained filled. Our job would be to help make this happen by making music which promote criminal behavior, rap being the music of choice. He assured us that this would be a great situation for us because rap music was becoming an increasingly profitable market for our companies, and as employees, we'd also be able to buy stocks in these prisons. Immediately, silence came over the room. You could have heard a pin drop. I remember looking around to make sure I wasn't dreaming and saw half of the people with dropped jaws. My daze was interrupted when someone shouted, "Is this a fucking joke?" At this point, things became chaotic.
Right.
Two of the men who were part of the unfamiliar group grabbed the man who shouted and attempted to remove him from the house. A few of us, myself included, tried to intervene. One of them pulled out a gun, and we all backed off. They separated us from the crowd, and all four of us was escorted outside. My industry colleague, who opened up the meeting earlier, hurried out to meet us and reminded us that we had signed an agreement and would suffer the consequences of speaking out about this publicly, or even those who attended the meeting.
Okay.
I asked him why was he involved with something so corrupt, and he replied, "It's bigger than the music business and nothing we can do. No, it's bigger than the music business and nothing we want to challenge without risking consequences." We all protested as we walked back into the house. I remember word for word the last thing he said. "It's out of my hands now. Just remember you signed an agreement." He then closed the door behind him. The men rushed us to our car and actually waited until we drove off the property.
Damn.
So this meeting, bro.
Now that's a lot for a meeting right there.
Oh yeah, definitely. And this person later on, he said, this person actually ended up leaving the music industry after this happened. A few years after this, he ended up leaving the music industry.
Okay.
And he said he just over the years he just felt guilty, because he said as he sat back and he watched these plans come to a reality
over 2 decades,
he sat back and was like, wow, they really pulled it off.
Yeah.
They really pulled this off. He was like, they were told not to sign any more political rappers, any more rappers that had messes in their
no
music.
Positivity.
It was all to be gangster rap music that they promoted and put out.
So if you wonder where Brand Nubians went, where Pro Righteous Teachers went, where Public Enemy went, where KRS-One went, and all sorts of groups like that was talking about, even Queen Latifah and Moni Love and those,
everybody.
It's a back door.
Yeah, anything that was harmless, fun rap, anything that had a message in it had to go.
Yeah, that's why if you even know that.
Now y'all hear that? Nah, it's a reason they making money off that. Cause ain't you noticed, right? The kids, when they start watching YouTube and they watch all this rap music, how rowdy they want to become. They start wearing their pants different, sagging them. They want to be thugs. They want to be like the people they see on TV, y'all. They want to be like the people they see on YouTube. And they want to act like them. Some of these kids don't even know what certain words mean. You be hearing on phone now. And you can say, man, what you talking about? They don't know nothing. This little boy might stay in Nebraska somewhere. He just saying shit on phone them grave. They picking up our language, and fathers like, are we smoking tuka, not realizing that that's a disrespectful line made to somebody that's deceased. It's not a strain of weed, bro. That's something they do in Chicago, but people would pick that language up and use it because they're trying to be part of the in crowd. And rap is making things violent. I thought I would never say nothing like that. The elders used to say, boy, that music y'all listen to ain't no good. We like, I'll forget y'all. But look at it, y'all. When kids get ready to go kill each other, they don't put on Michael Jackson. They don't listen to no Prince. They put that shit that's going to put them in the mood, hype them up. Much as I like Lil Durk, I listen to some of his music. It's like a manuscript to kill, y'all. It teaches them how to kill. A lot of things you learn from music, even us back in the day. Drug dealing and all this, you learn that 6 in the morning, cops at my door. Ice-T them, it's been going on, and it started way back then, y'all. And it got much worse. And the rappers are getting in more trouble than the people that are working 9 to 5, and the people, not the people working 9 to 5, I mean the people that are on the streets. The rappers getting in more trouble than them. Ain't that something? That's crazy, y'all. And they ain't trying to do nothing to change it, and it's up to us to try to change it, but how can you when they don't want to sign nobody? But you don't even need a record label nowadays. You can do everything on your own. Even acting, Hollywood, all that. Hollywood is in your room, bro. Your camera, your phone, all this, you do all this on your own. So you can make positive music on your own, but guess what? Don't nobody want to listen to it. Nobody want to hear no good positive music, y'all. I just wanted y'all to see that. And I want y'all to hear that so y'all know. Because some of y'all probably like, damn, the music is getting violent in its work. And the bad part about it is we listen to it, y'all. We listen to it. We laugh at it. We don't think nothing of it. You know, I remember the song that they was singing. What the boy said, Kobe got shot. He got shot. Another nigga got shot. Damn. Where's Corbin? You know, all that. They kidnapped him. And I'm like, damn. I see people on TikTok dancing to that, but don't realize all these people who were mentioned are dead. Even that Ace Youngin song, who I smoke tiki and all that. All them people are dead, bro. And y'all wonder why they ain't arresting them. They want to when they can, but sometimes the music industry, man, don't mess with this one. You can get that one. Don't mess with this one. They got their pick who they let go to jail, y'all. And they got their picks who beat cases too. It's crazy, man. It is really crazy. And some of these guys, they got all this legal money and won't even do nothing to try to stay out the way. At least if you playing the game and you're a rapper, just make sure your family's straight. Make sure everybody living good. You shouldn't have $1 million around your neck and in your mouth if you can find an auntie or somebody in your family that's fucked up. And I ain't talking about like a cousin that just became your cousin because you start rapping. I'm talking about when I say your family, your immediate family, if they ever lived in the house with you, if you got 3 brothers and you got a cousin or uncle that people thought was your brother because he lived with y'all all his life, him too. You make sure you take care of them, all the ones that live with you, then cool. The rest, you don't have to start messing with them. If you ain't never been to North Carolina, you ain't got to take care of no cousins down there. You don't even know them. You don't know them. We got to build up our own community too, y'all. It's like in Chicago and a lot of other states, these Hispanics, they moving in, all the bandos that we sold drugs out of, they fix them up. They fixing them up. And they put a big gate around it, and then I hate to say, they making the neighborhood look better. And these ain't the Vietnamese or Venezuelans, whatever the hell y'all want to call them. This ain't none of them. They ain't in our neighborhood. These are the ones that just came over here, built them in this community, fathered the house, built the house up, and they living in it. They got their family in it, and they got big gates up there and want no trouble. They don't want no trouble. But they buying all the houses up. Now, who fault is that? We could have been bought that. Nigga might have made $1 million out of that same house that somebody else bought. Because people do not like to stick together. They do not like to stick together. That's one thing we got to start doing. Look, I remember when I was growing up in Foster Park, y'all, we used to be at this lady house, right? Older lady, she stayed on the corner. Now, we knew her because her son was one of the guys. He got killed, y'all. And she still allowed us to come over there, hustle, do things. And we just made sure she eat little things like that. So I come over there one day, everybody outside. I'm like, why y'all outside? Why y'all in there? It's kind of cold out here, man. Oh, man, the lights ain't on in there. The lights ain't on. What you mean the lights ain't on? Man, the lights went off. I go in there, talk to the lady. She tell me, I've been telling them for a week and a half the light bill was due. I said, how much is the light bill? $230. No, we done did this, y'all. Because she's in one room. These guys been in here using microwaves and all that. I went and got all them guys, brung them in here, bro. Y'all need to drop something on this light bill. I had to make them put up money to pay this lady light bill. Got it together, went down there and paid it, and guess what? The next day, now everybody back. No, y'all don't need to be back. Y'all didn't want to do it when the lights was off. But I just said that to show you how people be unorganized. If don't nobody take charge, we'll never get nothing done, bro. And then when people do step up, people get behind their back. Man, who he think he is, man? Oh, he trying to make us do right. He gonna make us pay the lady light bill. We hate on each other. We try to hurt each other. For no reason, bro. For no reason. I want y'all to pay attention to this and just really think about that. How rap can change all people's lives over the years. From good to bad, y'all. From good to bad. Think about it. Look at some of these little kids. I seen one kid on TV. His mama was fixing him up. He had his pants sagging. They had put a coat on him with no shirt. Had the jewelry on him. And he walking trying to be tough. I said, look at this. I think she really thinks she done fixed him up. I'm like, wow. Just the thought of that alone will make you be like, okay. Hey, a lot of people, they don't even think it's cool to get old, y'all. They want to die young. Well, if y'all want to die young, go ahead. It's cool to have grandkids, man. It's cool to watch people grow up and you still living. If they want to call you an old head, okay, well, call me what you want. Call me what you want. But I'm still living. I'm still enjoying life every day. And I'm going to continue to do it. You feel me? It's your boy G Shrimp, everybody, Faith Baby Daddy, Voice of the Street. I'm going to plant you now, dig you later. I'm out of here.